Hey Kiwi Kids, it's Deb, and do I have a story for you? I really expected Tom Mitchell, Usher, and Johnno to come looking for me. They'd work out it was me who'd smashed the treehouse. I'd left them a trademark drawing. I was pumped for a fight, even though there was 3 against 1, or 2 against 1 if you didn't count Usher. But they never showed. Even at school there was no reaction. They didn't tell anyone what I'd done. No one was giving me dirty looks. No one was talking behind my back or whispering behind their hands. Well, no more than usual. I didn't realise they were having a fight of their own. Instead of playing handball with Tom and Johnno every lunchtime, Anthony took off to the library. He says he's got to do research for an assignment, Johnno told Tom. But we're in the same class and I'm not doing any research. That's because your research assistant does it all for you, said Tom. What research assistant? Your mum. Bro, what can I say? I'm a genius, said Johnno. I told Anthony to meet us at the Figs on Saturday morning so we can start fixing the treehouse, but I don't know if he'll come. Well, won't be the same without him. Let's ask him again after school, said Tom. Tom and Johnno caught Anthony at the school gate that afternoon. Hey, Anthony, said Tom. Are you coming Saturday morning? We need your help to rebuild the treehouse. Not if you intend to invite Spud too, said Anthony. You know how I feel about him. I do not like Spud, and I never will. He has made my life a nightmare. Remember the science expo where he held my glasses over the Bunsen burner and I got a detention? I'd never had a detention before. Oh, you had so, said Johnno. We've all been kept in plenty of times. That's a whole class detention, which was never my fault. It's not the same thing. Technically it is, said Johnno. Look, said Anthony, we've all been friends since preschool. We don't need anyone else, and we certainly don't need Spud. I can't believe you'd turn against me to let someone like him hang around with us. I'm not turning against you, Anthony, said Tom. It feels like it, said Anthony. Let me speak plainly. I do not want Spud to become a Christian. I do not want him in the treehouse. I do not want him in my church. I don't want him in my life any more than he is already. When I become a quantum physicist, I am going to engineer a teleportation device to send people like Spud to live on glaciers where they can do no harm. Bro, you really don't like him, said Johnno. That's what I've been telling you, said Anthony. Kids club's on tonight, said Tom. Are you at least coming to that? I haven't decided yet, said Anthony. Anthony did turn up at Kids Club that night, but he was late. Tom and Johnno were pleased to see him, but when it was time to sit down, Anthony sat on the other side of the circle of chairs with his head down. Dan, the kids' church pastor, swiped the screen of his iPad. Did you know God's love is for everyone? He said. Anthony's head jerked up. He looked at Dan, then he looked at Tom and Johnno, and his cheeks flamed with anger and his lips were thin and tight as he mouthed the words, "You told Tom shook his head at him while Johnno sat speechless in amazement. "Let's look what happened to a guy named Jonah," said Dan.
Go, Jonah, God said, but Jonah ran away instead. There was a big storm, the men were scared, but Jonah was asleep in bed. Jonah told them,
"This storm is because of me." So the men, they threw me into the sea.
and the storm, it stopped immediately. Before he had a chance to swim, a big fish came and swallowed him. Before he had a chance to swim, a big fish came and swallowed him. Inside the big fish, Jonah was feeling sad.
"I'm sorry, God, that I was bad."
Now that's a prayer that makes God glad.
The big fish spat me onto the beach.
Then Jonah went to town to preach.
And the people, they listened to my speech. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to hear that God loves you.
Naughty Jonah ran away, but God taught Jonah to obey. Naughty Jonah ran away, but God taught Jonah to obey.
He loves you. He doesn't want to see you perish. He wants you to repent.
After finishing the story, Dan smiled at the group. "I'm wondering if God has asked you to do something you haven't wanted to do. Maybe you took off in the opposite direction as fast as your bike could take you. Remember that Jonah got a second chance in the belly of that big fish, and God will give you a second chance too. Let's pray." When Dan finished praying, Tom and Johnno opened their eyes. Anthony was gone. "Oh, I'm so sick of Anthony going off in a huff," said Johnno. "I know," said Tom, "but let's give him a second chance too, okay?" I was annoyed. They'd forgotten all about me. What did I have to do to get Tom Marshall and his mates to notice me? It was obvious Usher had his microscope in a twist about something. I'd have to sneak back into Irene's mango tree early on Saturday morning. It was risky, but I had to know what was going on. I just hoped they'd turn up to work on the treehouse. I would if it was mine. Hey Kiwi Kids, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.